Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. This is, Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's a spooky thing or not, but there seem to be an awful lot of crazy movies out there for that. I hope that everything is well in your life. I'm good. My fingers are healing. Yay. I'm going to be working on Roxy's Journal of Stitchery that Rachel and Sarah have got for us. So let's just get to it. We'll just stitch for a little while. My fingers are still a little stiff, but doing much better. No complaints. And it's just a testimony, guys, that rotary cutting can be dangerous. It's fantastic, it's amazing, it's wonderful. But if you're not careful, and it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it or using it or whatever, it can still be dangerous. Okay, so let me show you what I have done since we chatted. I loved these two fabrics, as you recall, and I had picked out a couple of others. Obviously, I'm going with pinks as my main background color, and this is what I call the I Spy. In quilting, when you do a quilt with I Spy, and you can finish these edges however you want, but these would be like, especially for children's quilts, there would be fun little objects that you might see in fabric, like animals or circus or whatever it is. And they could be, and so it's just the idea of keeping separate little bits of fabric. And so I've glued them down lightly with my glue stick. Nothing's, real heavy or anything. And any little spaces like this, I will absolutely do some embroidery in between. So, and I found, golly, I don't know how many years I have had a set of machine embroidered birds that I bought way back when I was doing eBay, 2 centuries ago. I don't know when, long time. And I had never done anything with them. They were so pretty, I was kind of hoarding them. And so I have trimmed around one and thought that I would applique that on to my background. And I'll do some other things. I'm not sure what yet, but I just want you to see. I just think that's so pretty. And it just turned out, this was not planned, but look how beautifully these blues go together. Is that just weird? That's how it goes sometimes. So you just know this is meant to be. Meant to be. So I have found some threads that I want to use. I haven't picked any pink threads yet, because I want to start with, I think we'll start with this green. And I don't know what color it is. Oh, I do. It's 3013. These are all DMC threads. Well, I'm not 100% sure. In the early days of collecting, some of them were actually that other brand. What's that other brand? So I'm going to do some little lines, and I don't want it to be too defined, but I don't want it to fade away completely either. So we'll just do two strands, and let me pull over to my pin cushion. Oops, sorry if that bothers you. Look away for just a minute. It does not hurt. It does not hurt. The only thing that hurts is not being able to thread a needle. And they are stiff. You know how it can get. But come on. Give that a little, make a little knot, make a little knot. Okay, so I am going to start here and just do a running stitch in my white. I may have to, if those come off, that'll be fine. I can pin them. I just wanted it there just to kind of give me some inspiration in any case. So guys, while we are just sitting here chatting and I am stitching this down, I need to share with you what's been going on with me and update you. I feel like my life has been a little out of whack these last few weeks. And you may have noticed, you haven't seen my plan was to have 3 videos a week. Remember at the first of the year when one was to be the journal with me, that was to come out on Sunday, and then midweek mystery, and then Roxy's Journal of Stitchery on Friday. And I was very good for the first little while about doing that. But as time has passed, I have found myself getting more and more stressed, if you will. To explain better, my desires are good. My desires are good. I love to do. I love to share. I love to show the things that I'm doing and share with all of you. I love you guys. I mean, that is genuine. I love you guys. And I have made some wonderful, wonderful friendships through the internet, through YouTube. And before that, through Facebook, some as well. But majority of my time has been spent with my YouTube and my Etsy more recently. And in fact, I put my Facebook group on pause. I was going to delete it, and some were sad, but I think most recognize that, things come and go, and it was pretty much just me, and with trying to do YouTube videos and trying to keep up on my Etsy orders and life and family, I have found it very taxing. And so I had not been posting much, and neither had anybody else. So I made the decision to, instead of deleting it, to put it on pause so that I could take a look at it later down the road. Okay, so that's Facebook. And I have found, well, this is not new, but it may be new to you, the knowledge that I've never been fabulous about appointments. For instance, doctor's appointments really stress me out. And so obviously, getting cancer was kind of like a bummer, because it meant like, okay, now you're going to live at the doctor's, at the clinic, and, all of that. I have adjusted, and I think I'm doing really well with that. And I am not as freaked out as I was in the beginning. So we're making progress. We're making progress. But appointments in general have a tendency to make me, they cause anxiety. They cause anxiety. I feel like I can't relax because I'm going to have to be going to this appointment or that appointment in just a few minutes or in an hour or whatever. And so if I get busy in my studio and get working, then I might forget. And I did. There was one time we were supposed to go pick up our granddaughter from school and lost track of time. And my son texted me and he's like, were you still picking up Kira? Because she had texted me and I hadn't seen the text, and it was like, oh. So I flew out of my chair, whatever I was working on, and it was just like, oh, I felt so bad. She, of course, was very sweet and wonderful about the whole thing, but I felt terrible. Even when it's good things that I'm doing, I find I get stressed. And so I have been finding that my giving myself a routine of this has to be done by such and such date has been causing me to lose some of my joy in my YouTube videos. And I'm a happy person. I'm like, no, you don't want to do that, right? I'm just like, that's crazy. Don't do that to yourself. And so, why haven't I been I should have been going on the outside of those too. So we're going to do that right here. We're just going to start it. We're just going to do it, guys. I don't want to take it all out, so I'm going to let that stand. We'll just do better it'll be like a design. It's part of the design. Okay. So anyway, you have noticed that I have been late, and that makes me feel terrible. I feel horrible when I let people down. It just makes me feel awful. I'm usually an early person to appointments and such. Like, I grew up with, if you are to work from 8 to 5, and you actually get there at 8 o'clock, you're late. Because you still have to, like in the winter, you still have to put your coat up. You have to do something with your purse. Maybe you have to refresh something, get some fresh water, or those of you that drink coffee, get a coffee or whatever it might be before you settle down to your desk or whatever the job is, right? Anyway, that was my mother that taught me that you don't take advantage of those that are employing you, you give them your best. And that means that you arrive early so that you can do all of those things first. Oh. I was just going, got going here, guys. And look what happened. This may be one of those JP threads, because as a general rule, I've not ever had a DMC thread do that. So, all right. There's a testimonial for y'all that if you want to buy cheap threads, well, that's what you're going to get. Cheap threads. And now, but I love the color, so I'm still going to work with it. We'll just play with it. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it, on the back there? By the time we're done with this is not going to look cool on the back here, though. I'll guarantee it. Okay, let's try this again, my dears. Try this again. All right, so there is the idea of that. Let me bring it so you can see it closer. I just wanted to, what it does in my mind, I'm toning down the pink a little bit. Not getting rid of it, but I'm toning it down, and I'm adding some other color in to blend in some of these other colors. So let's go up ahead and take care of that, and let's get another thread going here. We've got 4 left, 6 come on a strand for those of you that are more new to embroidery work completely. And everybody, you have to go and watch, well, you do, you just have to. You have to go and watch Rachel and Sarah's videos. They are so fun. They're such an awesome family. And then occasionally their mom has some to be, to be shown, and it's just really fun. And they are so creative. I love their ideas. And I'm so glad, Rachel, I'm so glad that you're not super fast. You make me feel so much better, girlfriend. She's awesome. Okay. So, where was I? Okay. I was sharing with you about the appointment, the scheduling, and the have-toing that turns into taking some of my joy away. That's what I was sharing. And I have found that these last weeks is I just haven't been as joyful. Now, I don't know if it's shown in my videos or not. I don't know. I mean, I'm always happy to spend time with you. So that's always definitely a positive for me. But to get myself, there and doing it and whatnot, has been a struggle. And then I feel the other thing with me, I'm telling you all these secrets. You can use it against me, but please don't. Please don't. Just know I'm an imperfect person who loves you and likes to share. I just want you to understand and to explain why I'm so weird. Well, maybe not explain exactly, because I'm not sure why I'm so weird, but I am. Okay. So appointments are tough. Even good ones. If my day is booked with this and this and this and this and this, I just I start to freeze up. And then what happens is my creativity kind of goes on vacation. My muse, she goes flying over to somebody else's house. So rude. I'm just like, you get back here. She's like, and then she's like telling me, well, you're boring right now. You're stressed, and so I'm not spending time with you. So bye-bye. So, yeah. So what does that mean? That means, I'm sure you're not surprised, that I'm switching it up for the last part, or at least for now, until something changes. I'm not going to be guaranteeing any certain day I'll be doing any certain thing, is what that means, basically. It means I'm still going to be here, but I'm not putting myself on a schedule. It's just too stressful for me. And I find that, I know this is going to sound really weird to you guys, but in the early days of my cancer, when I was, for several months, I was going for my infusion every week, like clockwork, every Tuesday, every Tuesday, every Tuesday. It was actually easier to do it. Now that it's spread out to every 3 weeks, I don't know, it just seems to be a little more like, oh, I've got a cancer infusion, I've got a, I just think it's the most bizarre thing ever. But I think what it is every Tuesday, it was like my brain doesn't have a chance to relax and, think of other things. It's like the cancer was always on my mind. And now that it's every 3 weeks, excuse me, then I do think of other things. I think of life. I think of, excuse me, gotta get some water. Gonna cough. Cover your ears, everybody. Oh, I apologize. But it's just, I find I get a little nervous now. and that bothers me. It's the other thing that I have masses of, and that is guilt. Guilt. I feel guilty about so many things. Why did I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why, whatever. How did you blah, blah, blah. I mean, it can be a wide range of stuff. And it, sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't. But, excuse me. Okay, now they're talking. I'm going to put this on pause for just a sec. Okay, hopefully my coughing fit. I really don't know what happened there, but I forgot to mention this to you. This piece of fabric is just an old muslin, and I was finding that the ones I had picked to use as the backgrounds, they were actually a little tighter weave, and sometimes it makes it a little more difficult to go through. And so I got a different piece of muslin, but it wasn't quite long enough, and that's why I added this strip of fabric down here, which was one of my favorites. So I've got more to do, but this is kind of fun. I've got this one. Let's trim that little guy off. So it takes, you know, it just, let me show you the before and the after, kind of, if you look at this. So this was the before. It's very attractive. I love this. Love this. But isn't that fun? Look at all the texture now and how it just, it doesn't stand out as a stripe as much. You can still tell, but it just modified it quite a bit. Okay, so we need a different color. On this one, I think it would be fun to go around the designs. This is a batik. This also is a batik. Batiks are wonderful fabrics because the pattern is on both sides. And so that makes it especially fun. I'm thinking a dark. Let's see. I've used that. Will that be dark enough? That's maybe a little darker. I maybe want. I don't have like a bazillion threads, but I do have, I mean, I've got quite a few. I certainly am not complaining. Okay, let's do this. Let's go with this. And let's see how many strands we've got in this one. Let's take a look. Okay, this looks like one. 1, 2, 3, 4, is that? I believe that's 4. All right. Do I want 3? I think I want 3. So I am going to just pull that one out. Isn't that cool how that does? It's like zip. All right, let's get this threaded. And then I think we're going to be close to wrapping up this video. I am loving, again, Rachel, Sarah, I love your work. I love this challenge. It has really helped me to I've always loved embroidery, but I've never done it without a hoop, and I've never done it with specific things in mind. I've just, you know, done regular embroidery patterns, right? I think we'll do just go ahead and is this the outline? Can't remember. Stem stitch, outline stitch, something. But yeah. Anyway, I'm having so much fun with this. Okay, so let me just get back and just real briefly, which is an oxymoron for me, real briefly, yep. Only 2 hours long there, girlfriend. Is I am continuing with my YouTube channel, doing things I love. I will be continuing with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I hope to be able to do, you know, some midweek fun things occasionally, and maybe even throw in some journal extra. I don't know, but I'm giving myself permission to not be on a set schedule. And I hope that's okay with you guys. I apologize for any stress that I may have created with you as a valuable subscriber, and you're expecting to see a video on a certain day and you don't see it. And, you know, time passes and you don't see it. And you've gotten used to watching it at a certain time. I know that sometimes that can kind of feel like a little bit of a betrayal, and I apologize. Sincerely, I do. But I have to take care of myself. And one of the things that, you know, with this cancer journey is that they will tell you is that a positive attitude is very important. And so I have to be able to continue to feel the joy and to love what I do, so I can be here for a very long time, hopefully, and spend time with you. So that is kind of it, I guess. Oh, I'm liking that. That's going to be cool. Yeah. I don't know what I'll do on all these other things, but these two, I think, were pretty, you know, pretty self-explanatory as far as, you know, figuring it out. Okay, so now let's go ahead with the click of my mouse. Back here again. Anyway, I hope that I don't want to disappoint you. I love you. And I just want to be able to do this for a really long time. And I just know that I have to take care of me. And so I have to do it at my own slow, steady, snail pace, I guess. I want to do more. I want to... I have wonderful desires, but it's not always easy to follow through as I would like it to be. Just know I love you, and I hope that you've had a teeny bit of inspiration and had a fun time just visiting with me. You guys are important, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day. All right, guys, till next video. Bye-bye.